Howdy everyone, Runt9 here, and welcome to the August 2021 Runt9 Plays channel update. It's been a bit since we've had anything up here on YouTube, and honestly, it's been a couple of weeks since we've had anything on stream. This video is to tell you that that is all changing, and the TLDR is new stream schedule, new YouTube stuff, bespoke YouTube content is coming back, and I really want to invest in content creation as a long-term hobby. Obviously, never any expectation for it to become like a job way down the road, but just more of I enjoy the hobby the most when I put in some effort and see some cool benefits, you know, interacting with some neat people and whatnot. So that's the TLDR. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the more specific changes that are coming to the channel. So starting with you guys out here on YouTube, there will be some bespoke YouTube content coming back, and we will almost never, I'm not going to say never, but almost never do any Twitch VODs to YouTube. I feel like that the content just doesn't work as well, especially like weird chat interactions and stuff like that. I feel like it kind of doesn't necessarily fit on YouTube, but specifically things have popped off a bit on some of the videos. And I want to get back to making videos specifically for YouTube. And I'm going to stop trying to make it an all or nothing thing. Back when I first started last year, I had tried to do one video per day, sometimes multiple videos per day. And it was just too much of a headache, especially since I hate making thumbnails. The Twitch VOD thing worked for a little bit, but even then that was a bunch of work to, you know, push a bunch of stuff over. And I was pushing so many different things throughout the week. So what I'm going to do is try to stick to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. That's 3 videos per week. Should be fairly easy to do. It does mean that longer form content becomes a little more difficult to maintain, simply because if I only get, you know, 2 to 3 videos per week on that content, and I'm saying 2 to 3 because one of those videos is likely going to be, you know, a Runt9 looks at or a Runt9 reviews or something like that. I think it's harder to, you know, have like an EU4 campaign or something like that if I were to go that route. But definitely stuff like, you know, let's do a Monster Train run, let's do a Nova Drift run, let's just throw in some fun stuff here and there. So that's the goal, is it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. And that way there's specific videos for YouTube, and, you know, we'll try to keep it in a nice variety. Like I said, there's likely going to be a Runt9 Looks At video every week or almost every week, just because there's a lot of games to check out all the time, a lot of cool indie stuff, and I really like making those kind of videos. Some longer running series may jump in here and there. Some reviews. If I do reviews again, we're going to condense the format down to under 10 minutes. I would ideally like it to be under 5 minutes, but that may be difficult just because I'm very long-winded. Top 10 lists, PoE build guide, tutorials, how-to videos, non-gaming content, you know, maybe some programming content here and there. The goal is to keep a wide variety of stuff, and that way, you know, if there's content that you really like, you'll get that, but it's not going to be the only content, and that way there's a wider reach of things. For anything that isn't just a let's play, you know, let me throw the camera on and do a Monster Train run, I will try to do some editing. I am obviously not the greatest video editor in the world, but at the very least I know how to do cuts and transitions and put stuff on screen and stuff like that. And so editing is going to become a thing again, especially for things like looks at videos. I think the blind look at is good, but I think for a lot of people, when they're looking at a, you know, a first look kind of video, what they're looking for more is a little more focus on the gameplay and a little bit less on the figuring things out via the tutorial. So those are more than likely going to be, I'll record probably like 2 hours of gameplay, depending upon the game, if there is 2 hours worth of gameplay to be had. And then I'll figure out the bits and pieces to cut and probably just talk over it and talk about my reactions and whatnot, stuff like that. But again, Let's Plays will likely still be unedited recordings. I'm going to figure out the thumbnail problem. You know, that continues to be the thorn in my side of like, I hate making thumbnails. I hate figuring out what, you know, what's a good spot to clip from a video and what's a good format that actually looks professional. I probably will be consulting with some sort of graphic designer to figure out something that's going to work for me long term. And maybe the answer is just take a screenshot of the game and put my face over it, because that seems to be a pretty common thing to do these days. I just, probably take a picture of me in front of the green screen that's still over there and go from there. We'll see. Thumbnails will be changing. I'll probably experiment with a bunch of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But again, goal, let's get back to YouTube and try to make good content, bespoke content, and a wide variety of content. So with that aside, let's talk about the stream changes. So new streaming schedule, it's going to be Tuesday through Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. This may sound familiar because that's basically what the stream schedule was back when we first started, and was that way for a long time. The only difference is we're not going to be doing the 5-hour streams on Fridays. At some point, I would like to bring back the Friday 5x5, but that's going to require, just having a larger viewership. In addition, there will be Saturday streams that start at 10 a.m. and kind of just go. I'm going to guesstimate the average end time is going to be around 2 to 2:30 p.m. But ultimately, it's going to be stream goes live at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning and stream until I feel like stopping. 3 to 5 hours on average is probably going to be what I want to do. And while I was thinking about this new streaming schedule, I wanted to get back to having some themed streams. I felt like that was a really valuable impact to have when we first started, because it kind of gave some identity to the streams. And whether you want to call it a gimmick or not, it was something that made it more interesting than just a guy turns on camera and plays games. But I started trying to figure out, how do I make each stream of these 5 streams themed in some way? And I remembered back to when I transitioned away from the theme streams, that my main problem with it was it limited me to sometimes not being able to play a game that didn't fit into one of the themes that I wanted to play. So I'm going to do this what I would deem to be the correct way. And this entire thing is about compromising, figuring out what compromises I want to make to find the best way to do things. This compromise is 2 of these 5 streams per week are going to be themed. We're going back to Roguelike Wednesday. That was a lot of fun, and I'm not going to hold myself to the 1 game per hour thing. I think that part is very limiting. If I wanted to do an FTL run, that's probably going to be 2 hours. So I wouldn't be able to do, FTL Monster Train Slay the Spire, something like that. So the goal with Roguelike Wednesday is anything that falls vaguely within the roguelite category. Anything from Monster Train, Slay the Spire, roguelike deck builders to things like Gungeon, and roguelike auto battlers. Anything that kind of vaguely fits within the genre. Wednesdays are roguelike day, and it's going to keep the focus on a particular theme. Anyways, I'm rambling about that. Thursdays are going to be Throwback Thursday. This is an idea that I had that I think really spices things up. And, throwback can mean any number of things. My ultimate goal is to throw back to games from my childhood. Games that I played, 25 years ago. But I'm going to make it kind of vaguely around roughly 10 years old or older games to throw into the pot, bring back some nostalgia, and remind ourselves how good or bad some of these games are. This will also open up some opportunities for some cool co-op streams with my friends. Back to the days of LAN parties and whatnot, we played lots of old school RTSs, so expect to see like some co-op Command and Conquer, Act of War, stuff like that. I'm going to try to figure out if there's any Call of Duty 2 servers still alive, maybe try to hop on an old Jump server. There's a lot of fun ideas I have for Throwback Thursday, maybe bring back some Monster Truck Madness 2 from 1998. There's a lot of opportunities here. Expect to have a lot of fun with that. But basically what this means is Tuesday, Friday, Saturday are open days. I can play whatever I'm interested in playing those days, whether it be a multiple games per stream thing or just, hey, we're going to be playing this one game the whole stream. including some non-gaming content. You know, something you'll hear me talk a lot about is I'm working on my own roguelike auto battler called Fusion of Souls, name in progress. And that is something that I think could be fun to do some programming streams or some, you know, development streams where I'm here on camera working on the game. And maybe that interests some people, maybe it doesn't, but I think it'd be cool to kind of have that opportunity. So yeah, the other streams are going to be whatever I feel like doing that particular stream. But Wednesdays and Thursdays are going to have these themes, and this way I get a mix of the two things that I like. Having certain streams having identities, while also simultaneously having the freedom to play what I want when I want most of the time. I'm also going to try to get back to networking more. You know, obviously the most successful periods of the streams, you think back to the early days when we were having our initial growth spurts, was when I was basically spamming comments on Northern Lion videos, bringing people to my YouTube channel and also converting them to Twitch followers. The most recent growth earlier this year was when I was hanging out in Michael A. L. Fox's streams and Mirror Bear streams and stuff like that, and people like that, and having, you know, people from those streams come over here and follow, getting raids and whatnot. So I'm going to try to bring back networking a bit more than I have in the past. And just in general, I want to grow the stream. I want to bring new viewers in and just try to figure out how to... I don't know how to explain it. Basically, I want this to be a longer term hobby. And in order to do that, I need to be motivated to put in the effort to bring more people to view what we've got going on. I am going to be doing ad breaks every 30 minutes, and this is to keep pre-rolls off. This goes back to the comment about wanting to bring new people in, and one of the biggest ways that people turn off a stream is when they click on the stream and there's pre-roll ads. Unfortunately, the only ways to combat that are not be monetized at all and not be a Twitch affiliate, which is fine, but I like having, you know, subscriber emotes and fun stuff like that. Or you run ad breaks. And as an affiliate, but not a partner, you don't get the ability to run 3 minutes of ads to turn ads off for an hour. Best case scenario, you can do a minute of ads, turns off pre-rolls for 30 minutes. So once pre-rolls are back on, I will probably take that 1 minute to run some ads and, you know, just encourage people to subscribe and whatnot. I don't like it. I do not like having ad breaks, and, you know, I think it'll interrupt the flow of things a little bit, but I think in the long term, it'll play out better because it'll bring more people to the stream, which increases chat engagement and stuff like that. Speaking of chat engagement, I want to find more ways to get chat actively engaged. I'll probably have the Streamlabs bot throw messages in chat every so often. I'm talking about Discord, benefits of subscribing. For those of you who don't know, if you subscribe on Twitch, you get access to ad-free viewing, as well as a special benefit on my channel is I have a Humble Choice subscription, and every month I post the 12 games in Discord, and subscribers get to choose a free game from that list, and I pass them over the keys. So you get a free game every month by being subscribed to the channel. I want to add more channel point rewards, you know, get Frankerface Z up and get more emotes and more betting, more voting. Just try to find more ways to spice up chat and keep it interesting. We're also going to be setting monthly goals, whether it be viewership numbers, follower counts, subscriber counts, whatever the case may be, and trying to add rewards at the end of it. Most of the time, this is just going to be, hey, here's a special stream, whether it be a particular themed stream or a longer stream. To keep things simple for September, right now we're at 156 Twitch followers. Our goal by the end of September is to hit 200 followers. That'll be the single biggest month of follower growth we've had since sometime last year. But I think that setting a lofty goal initially is going to get me working to hit that goal. And if we hit that goal, I will turn the first Saturday stream of October into a 12-hour stream. So we will probably do 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for that, and try to do a whole bunch of cool stuff for that. So all this new streaming schedule starts up Tuesday, October 31st. Once again, that's going to be Tuesday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. roughly. And Wednesdays, Roguelike Wednesdays. Thursdays are going to be Throwback Thursdays. Otherwise, we're going to play what we want to play, have a good time. So make sure you come over to twitch.tv/rut9plays, come hang out and have a good time. And just, following on the note of investing in this as a long-term hobby, I put very little money into this so far. I've made, PC upgrades and whatnot, but that was also since I had split my streaming PC out from my personal computer. I had a bad video card in my main PC, so I wanted to, upgrade that. So I needed to upgrade the streaming PC and whatnot. But really, I've bought the microphone and some of the other stuff, but I'm okay putting a little more money into this. In my other hobbies, gaming in general, I buy a bunch of games. When I was big into cars or going to the shooting range with the guys, I would put money into ammo and put money into tires and brakes and car upgrades and stuff like that. But if I'm treating this as a hobby, why am I not willing to put a little bit of money into it so that I can get more benefits? It doesn't necessarily equal more enjoyment, but things like paying an artist to do things that I myself can't do, that gets us better artwork that is, it just makes it look more enticing. Having people help me with social media, getting more things behind me for the camera backdrop. We've still got a lot of blank wall space, stuff like that. I want to try to build a relationship with indie devs. I myself am now an indie dev. Fusion of Souls is still in the very early development stages, but I'm making good progress on it. I've got most of the hard problems figured out already. And, by making a relationship with indie devs, then that gets me more opportunities to engage with that environment for the stream and on YouTube as well. And in general, this is a longer term play, but I want to fully rebrand as Rut9. I think Rut9 Plays limits it a little bit too much. Like I said, maybe I want to do programming streams. And if I'm doing a programming stream, then that's not really playing a game. Even if we're developing a game, I'm not really playing it. And, I've been Rut9 for 20 years now, basically. And so it would be nice to have that be my primary moniker, where you go to twitch.tv/rut9, which has been a user who, as far as I can tell, has never posted any videos and hasn't responded to any DMs on Twitch. So, I may talk to Twitch and see what I can do about potentially earning or purchasing that username, stuff like that. So we're back for real. I think that the only way that I can enjoy the hobby the way that I want to do it is not try to make it so freeform. I need a routine. I need strictness to my life, because it's too easy to not to become undisciplined and demotivated and whatnot. So again, reiterating what we've talked about, YouTube videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Central Standard Time. Those are going to be a mix of Let's Plays, reviews, looks at, tutorials, build guides, so on and so forth. Stream schedule Tuesday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Roguelike Wednesdays, Throwback Thursdays, and then we're going to do Saturday, 10 a.m. to who knows when, probably 2 p.m. And that's over on twitch.tv/rut9plays. Otherwise, make sure you check out discord.rut9plays.com to come hang out with the community. And if you enjoyed what you saw here and you're looking forward to seeing more of what we've got going on, make sure you like the video. That's the single best way to improve the algorithm for the video. And if you want to, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff as well, that obviously helps quite a bit. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to get back into things and, get back to where we started last year, when I was really enjoying this hobby at the peak of my fun with it. But until next time, I'm Rut9, and I'll see you later.